Thank you, Madam President. Just to conclude our remarks on the bill and to rise in support of the legislation today, I want to thank Senator Moore and Representative Luxembourg for their diligent hard work on this bill. In some ways, I believe this has been a labor of love for Senator Moore because, as Senator Miller said, Senator Moore just didn't look at this in the abstract as the new chair of the Housing Committee, but she visited a lot of these parks, spoke to the residents on the ground about the issues, and worked to hear their concerns and to solve the problem that exists today. And so my deep appreciation to Senator Moore for tackling this issue that actually has been out here for quite a long time. I'll also mention that in Norwalk, we actually have a mobile home park. We're the largest town in Connecticut by population that has one. Know exactly where it is. We actually had additional mobile home park many years ago that was sold for a retail development, I think probably in the 1970s or 1980s. So in that time, what we saw was people lost their homes. They had to go someplace else. They were probably told one day it's time to get up and go someplace else, and they probably didn't have that opportunity to purchase the land and to enter into an agreement. And so therefore, if they had children, their children were taken out of school potentially, if they had to move to another community, people's lives were uprooted, and because of the fact that they didn't have a chance to negotiate on a purchase price to be able to buy the land where their homes sat. And I think about this in a way that we have folks who live in these homes. I would certainly argue that maybe they're senior citizens, maybe they're working families. And if somebody's looking to sell the land from under them to somebody else, lots of times if that happens to maybe some of us here in the circle, if we were in a particular place, we could fight that. We could hire the best attorney. We could go to City Hall and fight City Hall. We could make noise. Maybe some of these folks don't have that ability to do that. And so they have never had the voice or the chance or the opportunity to save where they've lived. They've always been at the mercy of somebody else and somebody else's plans, not their plans. And so in these days, when we see housing that is so expensive, rents that are climbing, housing prices that are through the roof right now, there's certainly a temptation where places like a mobile home park sits that might, in the eye of the owner of that land, have a higher and better use for them, or the ability for them to make a profit. But those folks who live there, they don't have that opportunity themselves to create wealth for themselves. And that's what we want. We talk about this all the time. When in our communities we say, what about all these apartments? What about more owner-occupied housing so that people can actually grow their wealth themselves? This bill provides that opportunity. It doesn't hand the land over to a buyer, to the group. It provides opportunities and processes for that to possibly happen. Doesn't guarantee it, but it provides that opportunity where folks never had that chance. They never had that lever to pull to potentially own that property, create that wealth, have that American dream of their own. So, Madam President, I really want to thank again Senator Moore for caring about this issue so much, because she has worked on this issue for so long, so many months, and so much to really understand and live this issue for the people around the state. I thank Senator Maroney for his work, because in Milford, he knows this issue as well as Senator Cabrera, who spoke also. And this is such an important issue, again, for people who don't have the voice that we have. They rely on people like us around this circle to give them that voice or that opportunity to create at least a level playing field for them. And I think that this bill goes in that direction. So, Madam President, I would urge my colleagues to support this bill, to provide that opportunity, provide that chance, provide the opportunity of home ownership and the chance of creating personal wealth and family wealth where there's that chance. Thank you, Madam President.